No, it works fine. I've been using it for my streaming, actually. We're live right now.
We're live right now?
Yeah.
Oh, did they miss our brand deal?
The Whataburger? I saw that was right front and center.
Okay. Who dat? America, I'm Zach Nanimus.
Johnny Dim.
And you've turned in... You've turned in into the Warwolf 63. No, you've tuned in to the WarPod episode number 121?
No.
No? What is it?
17 or 18.
17 or 18. It's got to be... If it's one of those, it's
I
18.
think it's 118. Yeah.
Okay. Of course, the WarPod is the official podcast of the Warlocks Entertainment System, your one-stop shop for nerd news in the Houston area and around the world.
All right.
Tonight, okay, I'm used to turning to you and saying, what are we talking about? But we're not allowed to do that because we're not giving a presentation to you. We're inviting you into a conversation. So, by the way, if you're watching this right now and you think that other people might want to watch it, and you guys want to talk about what we're talking about, post a link, tweet us out, and so everybody.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Everybody can hang out. So, Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Uh-huh.
Do you have... I brought up Game of Thrones right before we started, because we've been talking about Game of Thrones every week.
Uh-huh.
But, like, it's kind of like the important time to talk about it.
It's we have a weekly show.
Yeah.
And we usually do the show on Sundays.
Uh-huh.
And so, the last 6 weeks, Game of Thrones has been after us. So we can't talk about the day's episode until the week after.
Yeah.
So, this is the week after. Game of Thrones has completely ended forever.
But lots of people stream. And don't watch it day of. I didn't watch it day of.
Sure, I did.
I just got Soul Calibur 6, so I was busy.
No, I did. I actually watched it live, which is actually different. This is the first one this season I've watched live.
When you say live, do you mean like you clicked over to cable and watched it on network television?
No, I just...
you watched it as soon as it was posted on HBO.
Correct. Well, actually, their app.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have the HBO plugin for Hulu. And so that's what we do. Do
they have a plugin for Hulu and Amazon? I guess it's good business for them to have one for both because not everybody has both.
I believe that the HBO has the plugin for multiple apps. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that how much the?
Okay. How much is it? I don't remember, to be honest.
Yeah, because that's a weird thing. Although I think it's the best thing that they can do rather than start a whole streaming service.
Yeah.
Everything is HBO is going.
Well, they have their own streaming service too.
Right, but they don't need it. Like
right. Well, that's the clever thing is that you can subscribe to it, but then you can just add it to one of your existing. So it seems less inconvenient.
I think isn't it less?
Less convenient?
No, isn't it less money?
Yeah,
for a plugin. Yeah, That's why I think
so.
HBO is going to have Is going to have a lot of market share. Mm-hmm. In the next 5 years. As they keep launching these exclusives to services that nobody's buying, like DC Universe, like mm-hmm. Disney, mm-hmm. like which one's Star Trek? Is that NBC or ABC or CBS? It's CBS. I think.
I'm blanking. I talked about this recently.
I'm pretty sure it's CBS.
Okay.
Because it's not ABC. Because if it was ABC, they would just call it the Disney one.
I forget. I get them all mixed up because there are
almost... Is that cursor on? Okay.
Yeah. No, because I get them mixed up because they're all pretty much what's the word? Defunct?
Bird.
On the way out?
Defunct is a word for on the way out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I consider them all kind of a dying breed.
Yeah. Well, it's just that there are 3 things that you need. Netflix used to try to be all of them, and now it doesn't.
And it's in danger. It's in danger of not being number 1 anymore as soon as Disney launches theirs, which is going to be another few months from now.
No.
Yes, absolutely.
If it's 1, 2, 3 between Amazon, Hulu, and Netflix, Disney will be 4.
You are way wrong.
Who?
Super wrong.
Who pre-ordered the Disney streaming nonsense?
You can't pre-order it.
So how do we know?
It's going to be cheaper, and it's going to have all the biggest titles in the world. It's going to have all Star Wars, all Marvel, all kids movies, all Disney kids movies and animated movies.
Okay, that's a good point. The kids market.
It's gonna be huge.
Yeah.
If a mom out there needs to buy one of the streaming services for the kids, it's gonna be that one.
That's true. That's absolutely true. But kids already watch a lot of YouTube. You could pretty much You could pretty much call YouTube the kid one, right?
That's true, but as soon as they accidentally click on something they're not supposed to, their mom's gonna be like, "Nope."
Yeah. So yeah, that's okay. So that is part of the market that isn't serviced because Netflix. Everybody has a kids account for Netflix, and I accidentally go over to it every once in a while, and it's real easy to get out of.
Sure.
Very
absolutely.
very simple.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really lock you in. So with the big four, including Disney, we'll have Netflix, which has always been like weirdo, long tail stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's I was going to explain this. So the only real advantage Disney has over Netflix is that it has a catalog. It has an extensive catalog of stuff that's been going on for decades.
Oh, okay, it has an extensive catalog, but huge chunks of that catalog is like English-speaking comedic dramas from Norway. Or like just weird stuff.
Sure.
So they've got long tail stuff that you'll watch as an oddity.
You talking about Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Hulu has the latest stuff.
It has the latest stuff. It also has the live TV plugin.
Yeah.
But also YouTube does that too. But that's definitely not one of the big four.
And Amazon, everybody just has already.
Right. Everyone just has it.
Yeah.
Everyone just has it already.
And so Disney will be kids.
You can classify it that way, but I think Disney's going to have a lot bigger part of it, bigger.
Which is
markets.
Why they'll have Endgame.
Oh God! Yes, they will.
Yeah, because they're the kids streaming service.
Oh God!
For the
You're
kiddos.
going to bring that up again? We argued last time. We got into it about whether Endgame was a kids movie or not. He obviously thinks it is, and I think it's not. We're definitely not changing each other's minds. Definitely.
Okay. But Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones this we had the series finale.
Mm-hmm.
Daenerys Targaryen, Jonathan Snow, Samwise Gamgee, and Darth Maul.
Darth Maul. Which one's Darth Maul?
The Witch King.
Oh, okay.
Not the Witch, the Night King.
But he was definitely not in the final episode.
Finally had their gusto. Finally gave the old college try. Well, not really. I mean, this was an episode about nothing. Like the
well, someone actually our friend Justin and
Justin Corbett.
Yeah, what's his friend's name? The
Nick?
guy that, no, they do the comic with. Greg? Is it Greg?
Man, I'm not gonna try because you're already embarrassing.
Greg was very close, if it's not correct.
So
Gorb. Yeah, Gorb.
Gorb.
But both of them were saying, I saw their Facebook post about it, and they were saying that it felt like an epilogue. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the end of this just recapping everything.
Well,
like,
the epilogue.
This is kind of what happens after all the action, right? And so that's pretty accurate.
I mean, I don't know about that. Okay, it can feel like it, but not service as one.
Exactly.
Because, if it just ended with Daenerys burning everything down and horse dancing, like everyone would just be losing their minds.
That was episode 5. That was not episode 6.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Is that an epilogue?
So
Part of an epilogue is that you don't need it to understand the story.
Sure.
You know, Frodo going off to the Grey Land, to the Mistlands, unnecessary to understand the story of the Lord of the Rings.
Absolutely.
You know, that's an epilogue.
Yeah.
This is necessary to understand how stuff actually went.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there was even ambiguity with spoilers. Getting into spoilers.
Yeah, we're just doing it.
Yeah,
it's a week. If you haven't seen it yet, I mean, come on.
You know,
That's all anyone's ever talking about.
There was some ambiguity with Jaime's death.
There was.
Yeah, and I was big proponent. I was Team Jaime by the end of it.
Oh, really?
I gotta say, yeah.
Fan of the incest.
Okay, the thing is, if we're gonna address that,
we don't have to. But it's even aside from that.
Everybody was cheering hardcore for Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen's incest.
Not everybody. Everyone thought that was a little weird too. Not as weird, I will admit. Not as weird as fucking your sister.
Did I? No.
Socially, I would rank those two on different levels.
No, they're different. So
Yes,
I'm trying to decide. I would say, yeah, you're right. The closer familial tie is definitely more odd.
So, here's the thing. So, Jamie, I don't understand why. Okay, I was not cheering for Jamie after he decided to go hang out with Cersei at the end. That was, I think, because he's played a character that's played both sides of the fence. He's played actual different sides in the war, but he's also played different sides of the moral fence. And he's tiptoed into the good, and people started liking him. And he finally gave in to this this relationship with Brienne. And then just screws her over in the end because he loves his hateful, evil sister.
Well, that's
the sister who everyone keeps saying, well, at least she loves her children. Like, so what? That's built into our DNA. She has to.
Darth Vader loved his children.
Sure.
Yeah, he really did.
Right, but he's still evil.
He only tortured one.
Just one.
And he only watched the other one get tortured. He wasn't even part of that.
Right.
Technically, he stepped in. Like if I was in there, right? That's the equivalent when Palpatine was given the electricity to Luke.
Yeah.
That's like if I was in the next room beating your infant son's ass right now, and you're like, let's just see how this goes.
See how this plays out. Yeah, but so
don't beat or electrocute your children. Gonna say that right now?
Yeah, don't. Yeah, we do not. Yeah, don't do that.
Okay, the thing about Jamie is that as far as him doing bad stuff, it's basically only being like, I'm going to ignore that so I can be near Cersei.
Sure.
That's basically the bad stuff he did. That and pushing Bran out of the window, which was okay. Here's the thing. One of the things I think was done masterfully in the first season.
Yeah.
Okay. Incest being a bad thing is a social norm that changes between societies and in eras.
Sure.
Okay. We think of it as a particularly negative thing, but I don't think George R. R. Martin wanted to harp on that and be like, they're the bad guys because they're incestuous.
I don't think so either.
So he made them bad guys.
Yeah.
Because push him out of the window so that I can hide my incestuous relationship.
Right. Let's not worry about this gray area. Let's just make it black and white as we can.
Right.
Jamie's a bad dude.
Right.
Yeah.
And then over the course of the rest of the story, he starts doing really cool, really upstanding, really fun stuff, and it basically starts with Brienne. His relationship with Brienne when he's her prisoner, and then like every interaction that he has with Tyrion. I wanted Jamie to live in Jamie and Tyrion to have their own spin-off series.
That would have been cool.
Where they should go with Arya to far Westeros.
As you've caught up on you're catching up on the series currently still, right?
I'm done.
Okay, so you did catch up, but it was recently that you did.
Yeah.
And Frank has been watching all the old episodes, and we're on season 7 or so, and 6 or 7. And I'm reminded of a lot of stuff like what Jamie has done, and he toyed with us because he seemed like such a nice guy, and he seemed like he was turning.
In the end, the bad thing that he didn't even go to fight against the forces of the North, against Daenerys' forces. He just went to go be with Cersei. He broke up with his girlfriend for his ex, is what he did. And if we're gonna forgive the Hound for everything he did, and the redemption arc, classic redemption arc, then Jamie gets one too.
Well, actually, the history books technically will say all the good stuff that Jamie did.
Exactly.
Because Brienne made sure of it.
This last episode was stupid.
Well, it's not unlike me, but I disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You liked it?
I liked it. Didn't love it, but I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There were parts that had me laughing out loud.
It doesn't surprise me at all.
Just
which parts?
Simple stuff like, Grey Worm is in the streets executing dudes, and John's like, no, don't do that. And he's like, I'm gonna do this, and I have more dudes, so I can either execute everybody or these 4 dudes.
Right.
And he was like, all right, fine, I'll go talk to the queen. So he then, and the theming, the language of cinema in this movie was amazing. It is a movie essentially. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. The language of cinema in this movie, as he begins to walk through the kingdom of Ash. They were talking about we like, you don't want to be the queen of the ashes, mm-hmm. and in this episode, that is exactly what she is. It is falling from the sky in every scene, and there's also somehow not getting on their clothes.
Right. So yeah.
So he begins walking to Daenerys. And she's at the top of this great pyramid. There's a flag thrown over a ruined wall. It's like
it's super Nazi.
It's like occupied France.
Absolutely.
And so he's walking up. It's this big trudge. He's having to walk through the Dothraki. He's having to walk through the rest of the
which shouldn't be there, by the way.
Yeah.
I'll say this again. Every time they show up after the Battle of Winterfell, they said they all died. All the Dothraki are dead. The writers. The director, writer, whatever he was, said it after the episode. End of the Dothraki. They're dead. Go on.
He gets to the top of this pyramid, and there's Grey Worm!
I got that too!
How'd he get there?
I know! I'm like, how did he teleport there? What the hell's that about? He was busy executing dudes.
Yeah.
That, they messed up. They messed that up a little bit.
While Tyrion is definitely a hero character, although he's made some missteps. Okay, we're talking, like... demerits where demerits are due. Mm-hmm. I thought him killing Shay was stupid, and that was a couple seasons ago. I thought that was very out of character, but I also thought it was out of character for him to stand on principle and do something that he knew would put himself at risk.
I think
where he was just like, I'm no longer the hand. This is bullshit. He would have been smart.
I don't know.
He would have been smart.
He would have been smart, Morty.
I mean, it wouldn't have been the first time that he escaped captivity.
I think that's his character arc. I think that he's finally gotten to that point where he's, and especially with Varys' death, I think is what pushed him over the edge.
See, that would push me way in the opposite direction. I'm not telling Daenerys anything.
Well, he realized how right how right Varys was, and he's like, I need to make a stand. I can't be doing this.
But he knew it would change nothing.
I know that. I understand that. But I think that he had to make the stand. I think he had to do it for himself. I think it was one of those character defining things where he finally got to that point. And I think that it's fitting.
That's not a point to get to.
What do you mean? That I despite my own well-being, I can't be party to something this evil?
Right. So instead of getting yourself captured,
find another dragon queen somewhere to take her out. Is that what he should have done?
Go back to Estra.
I don't think it's all about. I don't know. I don't think so.
It was a stupid move for him, and he's supposed to be one of the smartest characters.
I don't think it's always about about your intelligence in these matters. People make emotional decisions. It's not always based on intelligence.
Right. No, I get that.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think he was making a stand morally.
But this was right, but to no end, to 100% no end. Nobody cared.
He may have thought he couldn't get out. Who did he have that he could get him out of there?
Just secrecy. I'm going to walk into the ruin of the city that nobody's searching. I'm going to leave through the hidden passageways that only I know about, and that's it.
Well, okay, the meta reason being that they needed to tie it up. They couldn't have him...
Stupid.
They had to tie it up. They had to tie up the episode.
Go to Estra.
The whole series. So they should not have ended Game of Thrones, and they should have continued the series.
No, just have it be like, what happened to Tyrion? Oh, he went to Estra. He went back. I represent... He should have been lying his ass on his, like, I have come back on behalf of the Dragon Queen.
I thought it ended fine. It ended absolutely fine.
Why did the dragon...
not kill Jon?
No. Why... I was going... Okay. It would have been nice if the dragon torched Jon and nothing happened to him.
I thought about that too.
Why did the dragon torch the Iron Throne?
I think that I mean, it's all about what it resembles, right? It's because it's about the ruined throne. No one sits in it if she can't have it. I think that we don't know the exact link between the dragon and his intelligence and what Daenerys's motivations were.
We know
We
know that he'll kill one baby, and eat it, which is barely a snack for the dragon.
It wasn't a baby.
It was a baby.
Were you talking about the guy the farmer or whatever?
Yeah, and Marine.
No, that skull was bigger than a baby's skull.
Okay, it was a child's skull.
It was a child.
Okay, it didn't know.
Although it was torched, so I don't know if it was actually eaten.
Well, the bones were clean.
Right.
So
I don't know. It's hard to say.
I mean, when people burn,
I don't think dragons like regurgitate bones like owls or anything.
Right, but we've seen their nests, and like they're covered in bones.
Okay, so maybe they just poop bones.
They may, or they may pick them clean.
Who knows?
All right. Either way, the dragon didn't know that torching this citizen of Marine would cause problems for Daenerys, but it understood the symbolism of the Iron Throne after being there for like a day.
Like I said, we don't know, and that was a much younger dragon at the time.
No, he's right.
So who knows?
He's barely out of high school.
We don't know. So
we know that it was supposed to be...
They decided to make that symbolic. The writers wrote that in as a symbolic thing. I don't care. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. I get the symbolism. Fine.
Why not ask Jon to ask the dragon to do it? One last Dracarys. As he looks upon the Iron Throne, he sees the potential to seize it.
Why does it matter? Either way.
Because it's silly.
Yeah, it's silly. You're not gonna fix it by making something else silly, like making it even sillier.
That's not sillier.
Yeah, having Jon tell the dragon to torch the throne.
That was his dragon.
All right, moving on.
He can tell it to Dracarys.
Doesn't matter.
All right.
It's not anything anyone is complaining about, except for you.
I don't read the forums. I don't.
I know. I don't either.
What are people complaining about?
People are complaining about. I mean, did you hear about the petitions?
To rewrite it?
Yes.
I saw the meme. That was Game of Thrones writers create petition for people who don't like Game of Thrones to write their own.
That's funny. I like that. There's a lot of stupid petitions.
No, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that anybody would watch it.
I don't.
Although they did the same thing with Full Metal Alchemist, and people did watch it.
They rewrote the show? Or
yeah, basically the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
To make it closer to the manga.
Okay.
And people are like, oh, I like Brotherhood. I like Original.
Well, these are people that like anime. I don't know if you call them people.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Go ahead.
Oh, I was.
Did you have more to say?
I was literally just pontificating on whether or not people would watch a brand new season 8.
They won't do that.
No, they're not going to make it. It's far too expensive.
Exactly.
I thought it was odd that okay.
I think what they should do is let fans make their own.
Yeah, that's fine.
And we just watch them. Jon Snow.
Why did Jon have to leave King's Landing?
Because he would have started a war if he would have taken the throne.
Between who and who?
Grey Worm and his forces, the remaining forces of Daenerys' forces.
All of whom left that afternoon.
They left as soon as Jon was basically sentenced to the wall. Right.
So that they should have been was like, hey, Grey Worm, we're gonna send him to the wall. Thank you. Bye.
They would have found out that he took the throne and they would have come back.
And then Jon would have been more powerful than ever.
Not necessarily. I think the forces of Westeros in general were kind of depleted. I think that
the forces of King's Landing, because the Seven were not united.
Well, even the forces in the North, because a lot of them died in the Battle of Winterfell.
That's true, but the Seven, if Jon
could,
if Jon can unite the Seven again,
yeah,
which is the whole point, because Cersei divided them.
Yeah, except Sansa's a bitch, so it's the Six.
Okay.
Did I say Cersei? I meant Sansa.
You said Sansa.
Okay.
Okay. No, I like that she kept independence.
It's fine. I think it's a little...
What?
We're better than you.
The North is better. The North is better than all the kingdoms. They're far better. There are of the United States of America, there are states that are better than others.
That doesn't mean that we secede.
Right. Because they don't have the political power to.
Well, yeah, because we're better as a country.
Yeah.
Just like the UK is better a part of the European Union.
Nothing is going to change about their situation.
Yeah, the trade.
The trade's not going to change at all.
Yes, trade deals are going to be a big issue. That's the whole thing they're arguing about right now.
I'm talking about Westeros.
I was talking about Britain.
No, I get that.
Okay, go ahead.
Nothing's going to change. John would have had a huge amount of political power, war hero, etc., etc. You know, it would have been
as the king.
Yeah, it would have been.
They did not want another war, and John himself has said it thousands of times. Okay, literally more like a dozen times that he doesn't want to be king.
Yeah. You know who?
So he's fine with it.
You know who should never have been king? Bran. Bran the Broken. Did they have to go with Bran the Broken?
Everyone's got a
Why not?
thing.
Why not the Gilded Raven?
You know what?
Like seriously, why does it have to be?
It reminds me of my favorite.
Bran
meme.
the wheelchair guy.
My favorite meme. My favorite meme that came out of that little part of the episode was no one ... Sansa. His dick don't work.
Those are my favorites that start with nobody.
Yeah, exactly. I like that trend.
Okay, Bran the Broken. That was the biggest groaner of the whole episode.
I'm still not 100% sure how I feel about it.
It's stupid.
I don't think it's as stupid.
It is.
I think that this is supposed to be, and the thing is, the last three-eyed raven lived for like 1,000 years.
Right.
So I think this is an interesting prelude to what could be 1,000 years of peace in Westeros.
Okay,
I think that's kind of cool.
You know where else the three-eyed raven lived?
In a tree.
In a tree in secrecy.
True.
I feel like
his situation might be different.
Yeah. Like, if someone attacks the king, he can't even handle the stairs. King's Landing is not wheelchair accessible. It's King's Landing, not King's Ramp.
But that's probably there's probably gonna be an ADA. They'll probably make sure there's a ramp at all establishments.
No, okay. Here's the thing. This is why it was such a groaner for me. Okay. Is that Tyrion was arguing for Bran for no reasons.
Is that who initially brought it up?
Yeah,
was Tyrion.
He was like, "What really unites people? Money, power, no, a good story. You see, the writers have told me to emphasize how important stories are to people, and who has a better story than the character who's done nothing? This." Who has the best story? Should have been Jon. Who here has the best story? The Hound. Arya.
Many of them were not options. Jon was not an
Arya
option.
was right there.
Arya would have been. Arya did not want it.
Arya didn't want it, no. But still, for everybody to be like, "Yeah, Bran, definitely." Yeah.
Did you see the video I made?
No. We're not gonna live stream you.
It's not me. I'm not in the video. It's more like a meme.
Oh, okay.
But it's funny.
But yeah, like I was talking about it, and I was talking about how with Sam. Mm-hmm. Sam is a character that has to do with the intellectual side of Westeros, where a lot of it has to do with the martial side of Westeros. Mm-hmm. And his father was when Sam decided that he was going to join the Citadel. Is that right?
I think so. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. When he was going to become a maester, his father was like, "You're going to spend your whole life reading books about better men, the accomplishments of better men." Mm-hmm. And then when he actually goes to the Citadel, they talk about how a common history within a society is the only way that it grows. Mm-hmm. And so earlier in the series, when the series was better, they were talking about the balance between, being adventurous, being being assertive and molding the world as you would like it to be, and also the intellectual side, cataloging, creating a society. They're two sides of a coin married together well.
Mm-hmm.
This says only the books are important. Only stories. Stories about boys in wheelchairs.
Yeah, I don't know. Would you have been fine with Sam's idea of creating democracy?
I would have loved that Sam just came up with democracy. Because
serious?
it was a journey.
That would have been the biggest groaner.
It was.
In fact, I rolled my eyes when he said it.
No, that was because coming up with democracy has been a journey for society.
Yes.
Like there was huge swaths of our history where it doesn't exist. No one had thought of it yet.
Right.
And I would love for it to have just been Sam's whimsy. Just
hey, why don't we let the people do stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna blow it up so people can see it. All right. Gotta switch screens.
Move your head.
I'm going.
What are we looking at?
It's my video.
Ben.
That's it.
Worth it. Leave that there.
Okay.
Yeah, leave that blown up.
All right.
So okay, what you liked it? How are we doing on time? Let's learn together.
About half an hour.
Okay. Real quick because, we always do better when we go negative. The show's always more fun. People are more engaged. But what'd you like about it? Because you said you liked this.
I liked it just fine. I think it wrapped it up. Everything. I thought it brought it to a head. I thought everything made some sense. Most things. I also come to the realization as I was trying to digest this whole episode that most alternatives would not have made me happy. So I think that it's just, and we had this discussion actually in the Warwatch chat. I don't think you were a part of it, but we were talking about most series that actually find their ending generally are not liked. People usually don't like the ending of shows like this. People really didn't like Breaking Bad's ending too much. Sopranos was notoriously bad. What else? What else had a really bad ending? Dexter. I did not like Dexter's ending. There's a bunch of them. Now, there was some examples of very, very rarely do they actually land. And Edge brought up one rare one that did was How I Met Your Mother. He thought that one landed the plane okay.
Lots of people dislike the ending.
See? You're never going to find one that's like universally loved. I don't know how Friends ended because I hate Friends, but I think people were okay with that one.
It's split.
Yeah. You're never going to find one that everyone 100% likes. This one, I'm fine with because it wrapped up most of the things. The adventure continues for Arya. John...
Arya's dead.
She's probably dead.
Arya's dead.
I tweeted. I found myself just live tweeting the episode. I wasn't even planning on it. I just started doing it because I reacted to all the stuff that was happening. And I was like... I was like, oh, okay, all right. So Arya finds America. Fine. Right. But then John, I think, landed in the spot where he needed to be. I don't think he's comfortable anywhere else. I think that he's just going to retire up there, defending us against us like it's our history.
Yeah.
Defending Westeros against. It is Earth.
It is Earth, just another Earth.
There you go.
I was arguing with somebody about how the common tongue of Westeros is identical to English.
It is. Yeah.
And
but sometimes writers just do that for convenience.
No, like when Davos is learning to read, like he has the normal gripes.
Oh, okay.
About English.
Yeah,
and they were like, it's an allegory. He was talking about like a similar problem in their language. No, they're writing it.
Right. I don't know. I thought it tied up neatly. I think that John did what he had to do as far as the interaction with Daenerys at the end.
Oh yeah.
This just had to happen.
I've been calling for her head for like a month.
Yeah. So anyway, that just wraps it up cleanly. I think that the episode did that. It wrapped it up cleanly.
I actually think the whole Arya finding America thing is stupid.
I don't know why they had to do that. I don't understand what she had to do.
I would rather her go back to the House of Black and White and like
kill that dude.
Fix it.
Fix it.
Yeah, because there's some great hypocrisies.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. Like they answered every question.
Mm-hmm.
just
not the way everybody wanted to.
Just not well.
Yeah. I don't know. I give him props for having a show this great for this long.
No. It was definitely a fun ride. This doesn't. I wouldn't say that this ruins Game of Thrones.
No.
Okay. The way things are going in the book as it is, right now.
I heard the next book I think is out next year.
It's set like the story is going towards Jon, Daenerys, and Tyrion all ruling together.
Well, here's the thing.
They are the three-headed dragon.
Here's the thing. One of the writers, or I think it was one of the writers, someone that worked on the show, actually overheard when George R.R. Martin was actually on set one day. He made some offhanded comment about, oh, well, the story's all about Jon and Daenerys anyway. Like, everything else is secondary. But what's funny to me is that he also George kind of admits that he's really bad at ending anything. Mm-hmm. He calls himself a gardener, where he's always starting up new stuff.
Yeah. Like,
even in the books, you just tell by the way the books are written. Like, you're always introducing new characters, not necessarily wrapping up what happens with the old ones. Mm-hmm. But anyway. That's
why you gotta have that baked-in goodness.
Yep.
Which I think this show really did have its baked-in goodness. This was coming to a head between Daenerys and Cersei. Mm-hmm. You know? It was just weird.
It was, yeah. All right, are we done with Game of Thrones?
We're done with... Everyone in the world is done with Game of Thrones unless you want to start reviewing books on the show.
No!
Never!
We don't
Never,
read.
ever!
I wanted to show this off last episode. I really did.
Showing stuff we bought.
Yeah. Well, I love it. So anyone
get closer.
Anyone who's a fan of The Office will appreciate this. This is a movie poster for Threat Level Midnight.
Threat Level Midnight. Movie's gonna make you feel all right.
All right. That's it. I just really want to show that off.
Okay.
And one thing we didn't get to last time, which is another visual aid, is our Thor drawings that we will get this episode up, I promise.
Yeah, this was from Comic-Con, and one of the things that we had...
Comic-Palooza.
One of the things we had to do... we did a game show, and they had physical challenge rounds, and we had a physical challenge for Draw Thor.
So these are your two different...
Now, I don't want to tell you, but we had the audience judge which one was better, and I'm not going to tell you which one won out of these two. Yep. I want you to vote.
Yeah, and you'll have to turn into the episode to see actually which one did win that day.
All right. So go down to the comments, wherever you may be, and just which say hashtag helmet tool.
You don't have to hashtag anything. We don't get that many comments. I'll just read them.
Okay.
just say which one.
Helmet Thor or Tank Top Thor.
Tank Top Thor.
Yeah. All right.
So what I had for the rest of the show, because I said last time I wanted to talk about comics, but I did not prepare much for that. I didn't have time. That's all Gideon Falls.
Okay.
I asked people to and we probably don't have any responses because I did it too close to the show starting. But I asked other people what their current running favorite comics were, the ones that are actually being published right now. I didn't get a lot of responses. I don't think. Let me double check. Jeremy responded, but he did the hipster thing, and he said, "Well, all the stuff I like, you'd never heard of." So that's what he did.
I like the art.
Oh, it's fantastic.
But there's this weird thing going on because we're talking about Gideon Falls. I really like this image on the front. I really like this cover. Mm-hmm. But there's this thing going on, and it has to do with the way it looks digital. You can't 100% know.
Right.
But it looks digital. And there's this thing going on with the line weight, the weight of each line. Most of them are identical. Like every single one. Like it's not like nice it's not like nice enclosing lines around the characters and then maybe some light gray lines for, laugh lines and worry lines and stuff like that. Everything is very much the same, and like that happens, like you may not realize, but like that's why clip art looks like clip art, is because all the lines are the same weight.
Yeah.
And so that's a weird thing, and a lot of these look like trace photos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of these look like trace photos.
They could be.
They may not be. It's very possible that they're not, but a lot of them look like trace photos. And that has its own style to it. And For this book, hello, Double Helix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not reading this. I'm just judging its art.
Mm-hmm.
It's.
I can speak to the story because I really do enjoy reading it. It's one of my favorites.
The style and the layouts, it's bold and fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely aids in the storytelling and definitely uses its medium. Like look at these panels.
I love.
Like
they're super creative.
It's a radiating target.
Yeah.
It's concentric circles.
They do a lot of really cool stuff like that in this book. Let me see if this is. It's gonna be one of the earlier ones. It's 6.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to find it.
Gideon. The thing about Gideon Falls for me from the beginning has always been that I find, and I've never read through a whole one of these, but all the characters are just bland to look at.
Oh, sure.
Like it's middle-aged man and his middle-aged preacher friend.
Yeah, I think that they do some of the style lends to what it is. It is a horror book.
2 millennials. One of them vaguely looks like Spock.
Right. But it's a really fun story.
Is it fun? Is this
no? Well, it's fun to read.
Fun adventure.
It's
for all the kids.
Fun's a loose word. It just means positive, good time. But it has to do with I don't want to give away too much, but it's about the main character you see like on this cover here. I forget his name because I haven't. It's been a while since I've read it. But he's
it's because they're gonna just like all the theming as far as the characters are concerned is super normal. Mm-hmm. You know, his name is like Greg or something.
Yeah, something like that.
You know, just normal guy in a normal shirt in a weird world. The main character is Gideon Falls. Is what it is.
But it's there might be so it deals a little bit of sci-fi issues too. Like it's there's a barn, the red barn that this guy's obsessed with, and that's what he's digging through the trash. Is because he gets drawn to these just like nails and pieces of wood and he like there's just his treasures, and like he grabs them and he's basically and he had like a collection of all these different pieces.
He's in an adventure game.
Kind of, yeah.
Because he finds the nail and he knows if he can
it'll be used for something later.
Nail and piece of wood, he can make weapon to kill bear, so that he can combine bear with fire to make stew. So he can survive the night and gain 26 points or some other useless number.
Yeah. But I recommend the book. So I didn't give you a heads up, but what's a book you're reading right now that you would suggest people read?
What I'm getting the most enjoyment out of? I don't know if it's done because Marvel's doing this weird thing where everything's a number 1, and and I'm blanking on her name.
Captain Hulk.
No, it's a writer.
Oh.
I can't think of her name.
Jeannie Murphy.
No. I don't know if it's done. I know that they had Age of Republic, and now they're going on to Age of Rebellion.
What is this?
This is the current line of legacy character Star Wars books.
Oh.
So they have a Dooku book. They have
I saw that
Obi-Wan book. They have a Qui-Gon book.
Yeah. And
they are all just great.
Oh, okay.
But it's all okay. I read the Lando Calrissian, which is part of the Age of Rebellion stuff, and it was. And I think I have all of them.
Okay.
But I haven't read all of them yet. But I tore through all of the Age of Republic stuff because it was just good.
Nice.
Really, really good. But I don't know if it's over. They number 1'd everything to see, which character sold the best so we can continue. Although you don't need, I think it's the special. It's like, they did like an annual, but without having a year's worth of comic books. It was just like the special event.
Huh.
Or the special extra large comic, and it was Mace Windu and Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, why?
They're the 2 black characters.
All right.
Okay, it would have been too much of a stretch to put Captain Panaka with Mace Windu. I don't think they ever met.
Mm. So the rest of the episode I have for us is just a free-for-all of us reacting to news.
Okay. Wait, we don't want to do Jackie Chan? We hardly knew ye?
You keep talking about this like this was something we talked about.
We did!
I don't think
we
so.
were like, we were going to go through all of Jackie Chan's movies and figure out which ones we knew and which ones we didn't, and figure out how much between us the Jackie Chan library we knew.
Library?
Don't you start with me. Do you want to get doxxed? That's how you get doxxed.
Oh, no. Oh, no, don't dox me, bro.
That was hate speech.
Which part? Me?
Yeah.
Or you?
You said Brylarian or something like that.
Oh. I thought that's what I heard. That's how I heard you pronounce it. All
right, we'll save it.
We'll save it because I don't know if we want to do that, but we'll talk about it.
I definitely want to do Jackie Chan. We hardly knew you.
All right, we'll do it.
Very invested.
We'll do it someday. So I opened up some tabs here already. What, Akira?
Akira.
So this has been they've been talking about this for like 10 years.
Yeah.
No joke.
Because nobody wants to fund it.
Right. The last headline I saw on this was someone basically asking why.
If you're listening to us, you're playing a video game while you're watching YouTube or something like that, we're talking about the Akira live action movie has finally gotten its release date.
Yeah.
According
it's actually
to
happening.
GameSpot.
Yeah. So that date is going to be May 21st, 2021. So it's going to be a big blockbuster hit.
The only question is...
Summer movie.
Is Battle Angel going to feel better or worse after? That's the only thing.
That movie's out on DVD now.
I could not think of the first... The
Alita.
Name. Alita. I wanted to say Lolita, which is something different.
No, it's something completely different. That reminded me of something, and I completely forgot what it was. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. So this episode that we were broadcasting live on the internet right now, I feel a little guilty because we have not been seeing any of the major movies that have come out that we could talk about right now.
Godzilla, right?
No, that comes out in a couple days or next week. Detective Pikachu. We have not seen.
Right.
We have not seen John Wick 3.
I didn't know that it was going to be in theaters.
Yeah.
I thought John Wick was a streaming thing.
Oh, no.
It's been, like, every single one has had a theatrical release?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I literally thought they were Netflix movies.
There was another movie I really wanted to see. Let me pull my Fandango.
The Hustle?
No.
Why? Because you're sexist?
I don't know what The Hustle is.
So you're double sexist.
No, that's the one that was the you said it was the Dirty Old Rotten Bastards or whatever it's called. I know that's not the name of it.
I like it though. Dirty Old Rotten Bastards, sons of bitches.
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Yeah. It's the girl version.
Right.
No,
there was another one. Oh, that's the one right there. Brightburn. If Superman was a bad guy. That movie.
Wait.
Produced by.
Is it
James
like
Gunn.
Superman? Like.
No, they can't.
Okay.
They couldn't do that. That's a Marvel or DC property.
I didn't know if he was doing a DC thing.
No. This is James Gunn produced, I think, or directed. I can't remember which.
Isn't The Tick already handling that?
The Tick got canceled.
No!
It got canceled.
It's so good.
They announced that it was canceled like right after Comic Palooza when all the actors were there.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, why is it getting canceled?
No idea.
Oh boy.
I feel guilty because I didn't get caught up after the first half of season 1. Mm-hmm. I didn't watch the rest of it.
You know what? Did they release separately the first and last half of season 1?
Yes.
Okay.
I would have watched the whole thing through if it was available.
I think I missed.
Second half?
Yeah. I think I was like, oh, season 2's out. And I didn't give it a second thought. And so, like, there was some big stuff that was different.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe I don't remember.
It came out like 6 months after the first half.
Okay.
I don't know why they did it that way. I know that made me sad too. Because that was actually a really good one. But yeah, that was the big one. Brightburn, and then the other ones I mentioned. So, and Aladdin. Aladdin's out.
You know what?
You know, like the Lion King's coming out in July. Like they didn't space them out very much. I guess it's a couple months.
The Lion King came out 20 years ago.
Talk about the live action one.
No, nobody cares, and it's not a live action movie. It's CG.
Close. It's close.
No.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Live action means something rule specific.
You're right. But live action, like a live action movie like Endgame, has a lot of CG in it too.
Yeah.
But no talking animals.
Raccoons.
That one. It's a rabbit.
Okay.
Okay, so I've been actually really curious about what this live action Akira Akira is going to look like.
Oh, I know. Bad.
Okay. I'm curious. I will give it a shot.
The thing is,
I don't like to prejudge something like that.
It's gonna be.
Sorry.
The thing is that I know modern cinematic storytelling, especially when it's a cash grab like this one, and like it's just gonna be overblown. The thing about the original Akira is that there's actually some there's some stuff that's hard to relate to, and it's not a cultural barrier. It's that a lot of the main characters are unlikable, and the other thing.
Oh, in Akira?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that we have a lot of quiet, simple moments with these characters where they're just being human, just a different kind of human than we're used to, and like all of that's gonna get tossed out. Every single scene's gonna be overblown.
It's gonna be Americanized.
Yeah, the main characters are gonna be churched up to 11, and it's just it's not gonna be charming.
No, and that movie's like an essential anime movie.
Yeah.
Like you have to watch that one. It's really good. Just the visual language is amazing. And a lot of that's gonna be lost. And I'm wondering if they waited so long because they needed the technology to catch up to do it. Because that's a heavy CG movie.
I mean, we had it already. It's called animation.
That's true. That's true.
You get to and the interesting thing about animation is that you have all this control over what the characters look like and the way that colors work.
Sure.
It's vibrant and fun while still feeling accessible. It's a very, very, very good medium.
Yes, I agree.
In which lots of really, really good movies are made. One pretty similar to this Akira movie.
True. All right.
It's called Akira.
It's called Akira. Next.
And it's streaming right now.
Next headline. Let's be a little more punctuated.
Okay.
All right. There are now 3 Star Wars TV shows in development. That's the headline.
All right. There's Star Wars Bounty Hunter.
Well, The Mandalorian.
Yeah. Star Wars Bounty Hunter is the show. And what are the other ones?
Follows the story of... Okay, we got that one. And the third Star Wars... Where's the second one? As for the third Star Wars show, Iger confirmed that it will be released before the new Star Wars film in 2022. That's all he had to say. So we don't know what the third one's about. What's the second one?
So, the third one, no one's come up with an idea. They just know they want 3. Because Star Wars. Because there was like a whole trilogy. And they were like, oh, there's going to be a new trilogy where they go to new galaxies. What's it about? They meet new friends.
Right. Untitled series with an untitled series with Luna follows story of Cassian Andor and the droid K2SO.
Oh, good.
Who is played by Alan
Tudyk.
Oh, okay, it's the guy from Rogue One.
Okay, so the best character from Rogue One is getting his own show.
There you go.
That might be fun.
Might be.
I don't know that Star Wars really fits into a series. Although there have been 2 successful series now, so what do I know? Clone Wars.
Yeah, Clone Wars. What I was thinking of.
Yeah. Lots of people really love Rebels.
Yeah, I know. They do. I've never seen either one. Mm-hmm. Next headline.
Okay.
Microsoft.
We didn't react to that.
React to it then. I mean, it's just news to me right at this point. I mean, we don't know anything until we see them.
I don't think The Mandalorian's going to be a good show.
That's what I'm really curious about. But I've also been torn because I've always thought that Boba Fett was the most overrated character in Star Wars.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But he's cool.
He is. Sure. All right. So next headline is Microsoft and Sony make nice. Announce partnership for gaming and cloud services.
Microsoft and Sony?
Microsoft and Sony.
I mean...
What?
I don't... Okay.
Xbox and PlayStation?
I was just trying to think of like what they have to gain from this, and it's cross-platform play.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is something that's been way overdue.
Yeah.
Next.
Now, where the... You know what I almost said?
What?
My catchphrase from Comic Palooza.
Oh, no, don't say that.
Because when I'm being recorded...
Don't do that.
I church it up.
All right.
So I'm going to say where the funk...
All right. There you go.
Where the funk is
There you
Nintendo
go.
on this
I like
one.
that.
It is the word that I said at Comicpalooza is not what you're thinking.
Nope. All right. Next headline is Trump tariffs could raise game console prices in the U.S. Not good news.
Well, I mean, the Chinese ones.
Well, a lot of them are made in China. That's
Yeah.
the issue. Even the American ones are made in China.
Okay.
That's not good news, though.
So we'll all just start gaming on our computers like we already do?
Yeah, just use the consoles you already got.
Yeah. Like, literally.
The prices will go down eventually. The Monster Hunter movie. Stop! It
I'm
auto-plays
sorry.
an ad every time.
Mila Jovovich is going to be in the Monster Hunter... Oh, wait. Monster Hunter is not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of Monster Rancher.
That's something different.
That's way different. Okay, no, she's an obvious choice for Monster Hunter because, like, she
plays those kind of movies. She's a video game movie veteran.
I was just thinking if you were gonna from a visual standpoint, if you're gonna personify anime,
You could easily do that with her.
It's Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, absolutely. Next headline.
this
I just want to.
is not reacting; it's saying.
Okay, react to it then.
I
don't think there's much to say about that.
The thing is that I really dislike the Monster Hunter games, so hopefully they'll be fun movies.
Ah!
Sonic and All-Star Racers!
Did I tell you those kart racer games are good?
They're really good.
All right.
Okay. But you know what I'm still working on?
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on the next episode of Zach Nanimus, which is going to be a show called Super Punch Up.
Yeah.
Where I talk about my Sonic game.
And what that would look like?
Yeah. And a long time ago, we were looking into the Sonic and All Stars Racing franchise, and they were talking about how originally it was going to be the characters on foot.
Yes.
But they couldn't make drifting look right.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's easy. Like, just make them skid.
Just make it a blue blur where his feet are.
Well, it's just like, they're pointing one way and going the other.
Yeah.
So it's like when you stop on ice skates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you should have been on that team.
I really should have been on Sonic Team. But no, because for the 3D Sonic game, I'm going to talk about how a 3D Sonic should never have been a platformer and should have always been a racer.
Okay, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's written as the character.
Yeah.
It goes fast. He should always be racing.
Well, like, if you look at the mechanics of, like, the old games...
Excuse me.
Like, how they work is basically memorization.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're rewarded for knowing the levels really well.
Absolutely.
And nothing else.
Right.
Because knowing the levels really well makes you traverse them faster and get onto the high path, because there's usually a high, mid, and low path.
Mm-hmm.
There's goodies on the high path, there's dangers on the low path.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're really only rewarded for memorizing.
Right.
Where a good Sonic game, especially in 3D, would be all about reaction.
Right, reaction times.
Yeah.
All right, next headline. Memorial Day deals on Amazon, the best games on sale right now. So now we're just becoming an ad show. We're just advertising for...
What games? Which are the best games? Nintendo Switch. Dead Cells? What is Dead Cells?
Turn on the Switch. Pop it out of the thing there, and put the controllers on the side.
All I need to do is look at it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get you to the. You have to have the controller. I'll get you the eShop real quick.
Fine. All right, this is excellent television, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can react to the stuff itself because you'll see it.
Dead Cells. Come on. I love that golf story.
It's really good. I've been streaming it. I've streamed it like
saw
4 times this
I
week.
didn't watch it, but I saw it.
We need Dead Cells.
Oh, you don't have it?
Well, no.
You could have just looked it up online.
You're right. This is more fun.
No, for us. Actually, just for you.
Just for me, because I got the controller.
Oh, okay. I've heard
It's
of it.
actually cheaper.
I've heard of this.
It's cheaper now than it is in this ad.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a guy with flamey eye head.
Okay. What the fuck is this? The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim is on sale for $50. I'm not rebuying that again for more than $30. Stop it. Sorry.
I mean, isn't it free now on PC? Isn't it
No.
essentially free?
No, you're thinking of Morrowind, aren't you?
I'm thinking of piracy.
Oh yeah, you can pirate it.
There's so many free versions of Skyrim that it doesn't matter.
I just it blows me away.
The only if you're thinking about pirating Skyrim, don't. Okay, get a good mod kit.
And play Morrowind.
Yeah.
Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do some Let's Plays of that eventually.
I would love to be there for that.
Because I've already got the game. I just need to download the mods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My suggestion to you. Is find a better bodies mod.
Oh boy.
That keeps that where naked means in underwear. Because there are some quests that require you.
We could just record it and I could just blur all the naughty bits.
You're not gonna do that.
No, I won't.
Yeah. Okay.
If I ever want to put it on YouTube, I'd have to.
No, I'm actually excited about that. I want to do that with you.
Because Morrowind it holds a special place in my heart, and I don't think I can go back to it as it is and have as much fun. I really need those mods to match the nostalgia level that I have. You know, because the nostalgia makes me think that game was amazing, and for its time it was. I don't know that I could get over the graphics hump and appreciate it on the same level.
Actually, I've played it relatively recently. The most tiresome thing about it is interactivity, because everything's text.
Oh, right.
Everything's
They didn't have any voiceover, I don't think.
They have
very little.
They have what they call proximity responses, where if you get close to somebody, they'll react to you based on several things,
right,
including whether or not you're diseased, whether or not you're well liked,
right.
whether or not you're wearing pants. Actually,
right. Actually, yeah. New Super Mario Bros. On the list
for 45.
45. Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild for 50. These are not real sales.
Yeah.
Nintendo's notoriously bad about this stuff. They don't ever put their stuff on a real sale. Like God of War for $30 on PS4.
Is that the most recent one?
I assume so.
Okay.
I could be wrong. You think because they are numbered, aren't they?
They were up to a point.
Okay. These are links.
Okay. So Kingdom Hearts 3 for $30 is good.
Yeah. That's the new one.
This
is the new one.
That might get through my Disney boycott.
You have a Disney boycott?
I got like real soft Disney boycott. Real soft.
You sound like
a lot of caveats.
Your brother rubbing off on you?
No, they do bad things.
Sure. I mean, one of the worst things that they do is that they keep actually pushing back the length of time that something needs to be considered before it can go into the public domain. So Mickey Mouse will never be in the public domain.
That's the biggest thing.
That's the biggest thing they do, and they're evil for that.
Because they're not...
But they're also a big company, and they make big company decisions. All big companies are like this.
Yeah.
They're terrible.
Man, I've said it over and over again. Real easy. Mickey Mouse becoming public domain will make them money.
There's no way that he's making them all their money now. Like, he's a very small percentage. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like, he's mostly an advertising thing, and imagine if every other company in the world advertised for you.
Yeah, I know, right? it's like Nintendo when Nintendo had that stick up their ass about people let's playing their games.
Yes.
Like, stop it. we're advertising for you. Now, just looking at this list a little bit longer, PS4 sales on this Amazon for sales list, much better than Nintendo. Because you can get...
Spider-Man.
Yeah, but you can also get Tom Clancy's The Division 2, which is a really new game, for $34.49.
What is Team Sonic Racing? Is it not Sonic and All-Stars?
They might be two different games. Similar ideas. Yeah. It's got to be similar. Well, it's on PlayStation 4. I don't know that particular game came out. We know what? I don't know. We'll have to look it up later.
All right.
But we'll get through this list. Just browse through. Xbox One. Those deals are much better than the Nintendo deals as well.
Is there anything...
Kingdom Hearts 3 for $30. Halo Master Chief Collection, $26.
Fallout 76 for money.
Nobody...
How dare they? Currency.
$25. Yeah. That's the...
Monster Hunter World...
Wolfenstein, Deluxe Edition, Youngblood.
Monster Hunter World I might play.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing about...
people like it.
No, people love the Monster Hunter series. Mm-hmm. But I find it stilted. And, like, if it's going to be that slow and, a little boring to play, it may as well be an MMO.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because MMORPGs are boring.
I agree. I think the JRPG genre is a dying breed because I think we only played those that way because we had to.
Okay, the thing about we didn't have to.
In the early days, they didn't have they could not make those games we wanted. They could not make those like live action.
Well, they still don't make. They still don't make them. The thing is that like take the last one that you really had a team element to it where you were in control of that team was the last
Dragon Age? Dragon Age does it really well.
Where I find that tiresome. I do. I actually had this idea, and I might do a Super Punch Up about it.
Sure.
Where the thing about Super Punch Up is that I want to create all this art for it, and like it's difficult. One thing that I thought would be good is like have a Final Fantasy, and like let the characters like go at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not in control of much. Like you kind of as the camera wait around the battlefield and are like, okay, start healing more. Use your overdrive.
Almost like a general in an army. Like you're not in direct control, but you're telling them what to do.
Right, because the reason that it existed the way that it did for so long was because it was about team tactics. You weren't one character, you were all of these characters, and so you had to make decisions one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a limitation of the time. As far as real-time fighting is concerned, you can go back as early, and Zelda, the original Zelda, is actually a pretty primitive game even by even by NES standards. You know, they could make games where you go around, cast spells, and swing swords and stuff.
Yeah, but I think it's just but you bring in the team aspect, and it's a little bit different.
Right, but the team aspect, the modern team aspect is their AIs.
Yeah.
It's you're one character and the other characters are doing things.
Or going a team tactic game that's a little bit different is be like the Ghost Recon series where you actually give commands to your team and they try to do that. They try to execute.
Right.
Which I think is
you know, it'd be the best thing, and they kind of did this in the Knights of the Old Republic, and I guess and in Dragon Age, but I just found Dragon Age was too complex. It was like, oh, you accidentally took one extra step too many. Well, without warning you, that's going to mean no attack for the next 7 seconds.
Dragon Age, I played the original. I didn't play any of the other ones, and I enjoyed that type of combat because you can just pause it and try to redo everything. Mm-hmm. And I liked it because you had that view. You can zoom out and try to figure things out, and it was like almost like a chess game. And then unpause it and let it go for as long as you want, and pause it again and try to change it. I liked that. It was, although sometimes I did feel like the pausing the combat too much kind of really detracted from the real action of the game.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I did appreciate it. I go both ways with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Kingdom Hearts, the original Kingdom Hearts, did it really well, but that was because it was all about deciding who was going to be on your team because you wanted to know which resource you were going to tap.
Right.
Because you need Goofy to give Donald all of his HP, and you need Donald to keep healing. That's all you need.
All right, so this is Polygon website. Anything here you want to react to?
Let's see. Hunting down the true origins of the Battle Royale craze.
That's an article we'd have to actually read.
Well, they're talking about this old Japanese movie, which I don't think is
Correct.
applicable.
But it could have inspired PUBG, which was the
possibly
first big one.
Well, maybe. I'm going to give it a probably.
Mm-hmm.
How a canceled comic about Jesus and superheroes found its resurrection.
I like that play on words.
All right.
I'm just going to look at it briefly.
Jesus and the gang, he's back and he's pissed. Jesus and the gang.
These articles are often pretty in-depth. Like, you really have to read the whole thing.
No, they're just wordy.
They are wordy. Polygon articles often are. We can skip that. IGN, see what's on their headlines right now. 7 anime to watch before Evangelion hits Netflix. Evangelion's coming to Netflix. That's news.
That's good. Okay, the thing is that I've always wanted to follow it, but I just never did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to it. I think all the anime that I really want to watch on Netflix I've already watched, because a lot of it's very modern, and just.
Did you ever see Rocket Man?
Which one? Not the Rocketeer.
The movie.
The one with the
guy from
Harlan Williams.
Harlan Williams.
He's a comedian.
No. Oh, that is a movie called Rocket Man.
Yeah.
You're right. No, I was talking about the one about Elton John.
Oh, the new one with PETA from the Hunger Games?
Yeah.
No, I don't do documentary movies.
Biopics.
Yeah, biopics. Yeah, I like documentaries.
Some of them I like.
I like documentaries about people.
Yeah,
like famous people. I don't like biopics.
What about did you hear about the Castlevania Anniversary Collection?
No.
Are you a Castlevania guy?
I am. Both kinds, baby. Both Castlevania and Metroidvania.
Oh?
Not much love for the 3D. But that's kind of a subgenre of the whole thing.
Yeah, so this one
I
has...
have no idea what I'm
No.
talking about.
Wait, what was the last part you said?
No, not much love for the 3D games, but that's kind of a subgenre of the whole thing.
Oh. I don't know which 3D games you're referring to. Like 3D Castlevania?
Yeah, I mean, it starts with...
I've heard those...
Castlevania 64.
Those
didn't...
yeah.
Legacy of Darkness.
I've heard about those, actually. I've heard they didn't do very well. This one has some of the early ones, but this is before Symphony of the Night.
Right. Symphony of the Night wasn't the first Metroidvania one, but...
No, but this is just... The Anniversary Collection is all, like, the earlier ones.
That's kind of when Metroidvania became standard.
Right. Castlevania and Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, and Masterpieces...
What?
I know. I read that sentence weird. Because I thought it was just going to list them. Super Castlevania 4, Castlevania Bloodlines. So I think that's the 4 that are in it.
Wait,
here they
there's
are.
only 4 games?
No, here, Castlevania.
And one of them Simon's Quest?
Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest.
God.
Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse.
Okay.
Super Castlevania 4.
Okay.
Castlevania Bloodlines. The Castlevania Adventure.
What? The Game Boy one?
They said it was awful. Castlevania 2, Belmont's Revenge. Kid Dracula.
Alright. Keep going.
And
that's it.
That's it.
There are no Metroidvanias in it whatsoever.
It's the classic. It's the Anniversary Collection. So it went to the roots of Castlevania. It didn't do the...
Okay, then why didn't they do Castlevania X?
I don't know. I didn't write it. I didn't make
or
it.
Or Rondo of Blood.
Rondo of Blood, they talked about that one. That is supposed to be one of the more well-known ones.
Right? Yeah, it's so while they were made, and I think X and Rondo of Blood are the same game, but when they had switched over to a Metroidvania style, they in the middle of that they made Rondo of Blood, which was very much at the core of the original play style of Castlevania. And both have their merits. Both are good.
I've been wanting to play Symphony of the Night forever. That's a game I've been wanting to go back and play because I never got into Castlevania as a kid.
You want to let's play it?
Sure.
Yeah! No!
You seem very excited about this. Did you see the Picard trailer?
No.
Oh man, you're gonna hate it.
All right. How are we doing on time?
This will be the last thing we do.
This will be the last thing we do? Okay. I'm having a poultry emergency.
Will you make it?
I will.
All right.
I'll be fine.
Okay.
Oh, he's back on the vineyard.
15 years ago, today,
Why do we hear? Why do we hear it twice?
Because it's playing on that speaker as well as.
Just let it go. Just keep going.
You commanded the greatest rescue armada in history.
It's CBS.
The unimaginable. What did that cost you? Your faith.
Are those vineyards or graves?
Your faith in us.
They're vineyards. Well, it's a vineyard.
Your faith in yourself. Tell us. Why did you leave Starfleet, Admiral?
And this is a series?
Yeah.
The end is only the beginning. I love that. It's like the end means that we get to milk it for some more. I mean, this kind of Where did this air first? This teaser.
I don't know.
Because
Everywhere. YouTube.
Having it especially on something like YouTube, where it's like Picard teaser trailer right down there at the bottom, takes all the piss out of the reveal. It really does.
Because you'd rather it be like just show it, like if they like a commercial, like they just show it and they don't tell you what it is until you find out what it is as you see it.
That's the point of the reveal.
Sure, absolutely. If I had seen it in that context, that would have been a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
And they may have done it that way, but once, of course, it hits the airwaves, and people get a hold of it, then it's like all over YouTube, and people advertise it as the new Picard trailer.
Well, I mean, like, a lot of like if you watch like a mid-credit scene for a Marvel movie, like you're probably watching like an official Marvel YouTube because they'll release it same day. And so they can like CBS could have just put out new Star Trek series teaser trailer and then like and then leave it there.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. But you're right. We're here on the Nerdist website where they're like Picard, video of Picard.
Gotta get them hits.
We should do that.
Do like a trailer, a teaser
on the website.
Just put this up there.
No,
without any context, or do something for our channel.
It should just be new Star Trek teaser trailer, brand new, June June.
Might be a little late. Might be a little late for this one.
No. That's the headline.
Okay.
They click on it. The whole of the body of the article would be nice. New Star Trek teaser trailer June 2019 would be nice.
Alright, that's all the show we got.
That's all the show we've got? But there's so much more.
But we're over an hour.
You don't even know what I mean by Metroidvania.
I don't know what Metroidvania is.
What is it?
It's a certain style of game that came from the Metroid series and what that became and then what the Castlevania was. They're side-scrolling. And they do stuff.
False.
Yeah, all those things are right.
Push the button.
Really? That's it?
That's it.
I wasn't even ready. I gotta switch screens.
Well, once again, thank you for staying all the way to the very, very end. If you like this show, like to see us make more shows, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help us a lot. And if you know anybody who you think might like to also watch the show, share it on your timelines, on your feeds, on your streams, on your tweets, on your sheets. Shouldn't have said that. Hit it.